Your belief in fairness is the self-deception of prey. The world sees your humility as a scent for wolves. Forget everything you've been told about first impressions. This is not about charm or networking. This is biology. When you enter a room, a transaction occurs in the spinal cords of those who see you, a primal calculus of threat assessment. You are scanned, categorized, and filed before your lips part. The human eye is a cruel instrument, evolved not for empathy, but for efficiency. It seeks the limp in the herd, the irregularity in the pattern. Your slouched posture, your worn shoes, the hesitant flicker in your gaze, these are not personal details. They are biological data points. They register as vulnerability. And in the silent language of predators and prey, vulnerability is not a condition to be comforted. It is a scent to be tracked. This is the unspoken verdict. You have been measured and found negotiable. Your character, your intellect, your good heart are irrelevant in this initial brutal equation. You have already lost the frame. The rest of the interaction is merely the theater of that verdict being performed. Poverty is not a number in a bank account. It is a signal, a scent you emit. When you appear diminished through the wear of your clothes, the noise of your speech, the hunger in your posture, you are not broadcasting a financial status. You are broadcasting a state of need. Need, in the animal logic of human society, is a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. It seeks to fill it, not with charity, but with pressure. This is the geometry. You signal scarcity, and the world responds with contraction. Opportunities shrink. Respect evaporates. Terms harden. You become a cost to be minimized, not an investment to be made. This is why the poor are overcharged and underserved, not out of malice, but out of a cold, efficient understanding of risk. A man who looks like he cannot defend himself invites predation. A man who looks like he has no options invites exploitation. Your appearance is not vanity. It is a strategic broadcast, and right now you are transmitting on the frequency of prey. Observe the man who has accepted his place. You will not find him by his clothes alone, but by his architecture. His shoulders perform a perpetual shrug against gravity. His eyes move in quick, furtive touches, breaking contact first, a silent plea for permission to exist. This is the poverty gaze. Then listen. He fills silences with nervous chatter, explains where no explanation was demanded, laughs at insults to show he's a good sport. This is the auditory limp. Together, they form the complete portrait of the serf. These are not symptoms of poverty, they are its cause. They are surrender rituals performed daily, teaching the world exactly how to treat you. A king in rags is still a king if his gaze is steady and his silence is heavy. A beggar in a tailored suit is still a beggar if he wears it like an apology. You are training everyone around you through these micro-behaviors. Every averted glance is a lesson in your own disposability. Every nervous laugh drills the instruction. Asterisk, you may dominate me. Asterisk. History is a ledger of perception. Machiavelli wrote of the vulgar crowd being taken in by appearances because he observed a law. Resources follow the illusion of stability, not the reality of need. A banker does not deny a loan because he is evil. He denies it because your presentation frames you as a risk, a poor investment. The stained shirt, the cracked phone screen, the car that speaks of repairs, these are not trivial. They are evidence in the court of your capability. The world assumes external disorder reflects internal chaos. This is the Horn effect in its ruthless execution. One visible flaw becomes proof of universal failure. You are not judged for being poor. You are judged for appearing breakable. Breakable things are handled carelessly, are given the worst terms, are left until last. Look at any hierarchy, corporate, social, judicial. The well-presented receive the benefit of the doubt, the lighter sentence, the blind eye. Their appearance is an insurance policy for those in power. To look cheap is to forego that policy and gamble with loaded dice. The shift begins not with a new wardrobe, but with a new warfare. Your appearance is your psychological armor. Its purpose is not to decorate, but to deter. Start with the silent elements. Posture as a claim to territory. Gait as a measure of unearned time. The eyes that receive a gaze but do not plead. This is the foundation. Then, the artifacts. Clothes must be weaponized, not expensive, but impeccable. A crisp, cheap shirt signals control. A wrinkled luxury signals decay. Hygiene is non-negotiable. It is the clearest line between order and entropy. Finally, your greatest tool, strategic silence. Power is perceived in the pause, in the comfort of not explaining. When you speak, let it be declarative. When you move, let it be deliberate. You are not dressing for a party. You are assembling a uniform for a silent, perpetual coup against the perception of your own insignificance. This mask is not a lie. It is a declaration of intent, and the world is forced to respond to its grammar. The external mask will shatter if the internal identity remains. You must perform a strategic execution on the part of you that believes it deserves scraps. This begins with auditing your own language. Eradicate the vocabulary of victimhood, of complaint, of unjustified explanation. Next, curate your environment with a merciless eye. Who in your circle mirrors the poverty gaze? Their resignation is a contagion. You do not owe loyalty to those who would chain you to a shared failure. Distance is not cruelty. It is survival. Finally, you must engage in the ultimate act of sovereignty. Spend time, money, and effort on maintenance asterisk before asterisk you feel successful. Polish the shoes, repair the crack, walk the extra block. These are not chores. They are rituals of self-consecration. They broadcast to your own subconscious that you are a sovereign subject, not an object to be worn down. The man who believes he is a king acts like one, and the world in time provides a kingdom. The serf waits for permission. The king takes it from his own reflection. Understand this final, brutal equation. The judgment is eternal. Every morning you choose your uniform for a war of perception you cannot opt out of. There is no armistice, only the constant, silent assessment of the tribe. You either master this calculus, or you become its casualty. This is not about becoming a fraud. It is about recognizing that the world is a hall of mirrors, and you control the first reflection. To choose the rags, the slouch, the apologetic whisper, is not authenticity. It is strategic suicide. It is volunteering for the role of prey in an ecosystem built on selection. The doors that open, the deals that close, the respect that is withheld, these are not accidents. They are outputs determined by your input signal. The crown feels heavy at first. Wear it until your neck is strong. The gold follows the king not because of magic, but because the crowd instinctively follows the man who already looks like he owns the room. The choice is binary. There is no middle ground. You are either building your throne, or you are furnishing your cage.